Good afternoon and welcome to your favorite current affairs program, 60 Minutes Nigeria. My name is Ewosa Agbonlaho. On this program, we'll be focusing on the Edo by-election slated for this Saturday. And I must tell you that there are a lot to be talked about. There are a lot that we'll discuss on the program. I have a very distinguished personality with us on the program. He's in the studio. Iwanfo Omogbe. Nice to have you with us.
Thank you very much, Ewosa, once again
for
having me.
My other guests hopefully will join us. I must tell you that this by-election, there are a lot in the offing. Let me just give you a background information before we talk about it. Here are the important facts about the Edo by-election to be conducted by INEC on Saturday, August 16th, 2025. The by-election date has been fixed, like I said, so it cannot be changed. It's this Saturday, by the grace of God. The by-election will cover two constituencies in Edo State, Edo Central Senatorial District and Ovia Southwest / Ovia Southeast Federal Constituency, but we'll just call that constituency Ovia Constituency, but it's actually Ovia Southwest and Ovia Northeast. These elections are to fill vacancies caused by resignation of previous office holders. That means we are talking about Governor Monday Okpebholo, former senator, Edo Central Senatorial District, and Right Honorable Dennis Idahosa, former member, House of Representatives of their federal constituency. Like you know, both resigned, so their seats became vacant, and that makes it all important this Saturday. These seats must be occupied. The by-elections in Edo State are part of a larger exercise covering 16 constituencies across 12 states in Nigeria. So the by-election is not only in Edo. Some other states we're having some reruns. The by-elections also include other constituencies, like I said, in states like Anambra, Jigawa, Kaduna, Ogun, Oyo, Adamawa, Kogi, Kano, Niger, Taraba, and Zamfara. However, by-elections will not take place in Kana 2 in Rivers State due to a state of emergency. As you know, the incumbent governor has been suspended by President Tinubu and a state of emergency declared. So, and Talata Marafa South, Zamfara, will not also hold due to ongoing legal challenges. This by-election aims to restore full legislative representation in the affected constituencies. Approximately 3,553,659 registered voters are involved nationwide, with 32 local government areas, 356 wards, and 6,987 polling units covered. INEC will deploy 30,451 election officials to conduct the by-elections. Political parties already conducted their primaries between July 17th and 21st, 2025, and candidates submitted nomination forms electronically. Those processes have been done. So, and that was between July 22nd to 26th. Campaigning began on August the 2nd and ends midnight on August 14th. That's tonight. Everything about the by-election ends 2 days before the election. Only registered voters with valid permanent voters cards can vote on Saturday using the bimodal voter accreditation system, BVAS, for voter accreditation. Voters must vote at their registered polling units. No PVC means no voting. The Edo by-election like I said earlier, is part of a broader set of elections which also includes reruns in other states and continuous voter registration, resumptions, and other functions that INEC is saddled with. INEC has made arrangements for logistics and security to ensure credible and peaceful elections. Like you can see, the footage on air, INEC is ready. Distribution of sensitive materials commenced this morning from the central bank, Benin City, to designated centers. You can see that the sensitive materials are sealed and protected. These details highlight the organizational scale, electoral process, and key rules guiding the Edo by-elections scheduled for this Saturday, August the 16th, 2025. The Central Bank of Nigeria, Benin City, was a beehive of activities this morning under the supervision of the INEC Rec, Edo State. He's a prof. And so, you know, prof, they have the eagle eye watching. And media representatives were also on the ground to monitor the distribution exercise. Like I said, we have a very renowned personalities with us. I14 Omorogbe, once again, nice to have you on the program. Let's just start with what happened this morning, the distribution of the sensitive materials. That is an indication that INEC is ready for this election. So what's your opening remarks?
Yeah, first of all, I want to mention that this election was a little bit belated, because if we have to look at replacing representative in the National Assembly, I think the law says about 3 months, 90 days, and it has gone past 90 days. But we still are happy that at the end of the day, INEC has tried their best to make sure the vacuum created by the exit of the National Assembly by Mondo Kwewolo and our Deputy Governor, Dennis Idausa, will be refilled, because it was an issue of poor representation, because we had nobody there representing us. It was a way of reducing our political and the dividends of democracy. But by and large, one is happy that the day has finally come, and come Saturday, the election will be here. And by our standard, and by the fact that this is an off-season election, I'm very sure that INEC will do the needful, and the conduct of the election will be free and fair. And with the footage we just saw on TV just now, INEC is ready. And I think I also know that the security officials are ready too, because it is not a kind of an election that is going to go around the whole country. So all hands are on deck by way of what we have seen INEC has been doing. And since the arrival of the material since morning, we have seen that they've been adequately disseminated to different zones where they will be finally distributed to different units. And I'm optimistic that INEC is going to do a very good job.
Okay, thank you very much. So just joining us is another very distinguished personality, Bishop Dr. Bright Olumese. Nice to have you on the program today.
Thank you, Mr. Erusa.
Okay.
Thank you, viewers at home.
Yes. He is also one of the constituents in Ovia Federal Constituency, and just like I14 Omorogbe is also a constituent of Ovia Federal Constituency. So the stakes are high. They have interest, because whoever wins the election of Ovia Federal Constituency will be expected to attract the dividends of democracy to Ovia, where they will not benefit. Am I correct, gentlemen?
Very well.
Okay. So in Edo Central, the constituents there are also very hopeful. Whoever wins, there are different candidates on the platform of different political parties. Whoever wins will also attract dividends of democracy. INEC told us 9 political parties are contesting in this election. And The candidates have been advertising, they've been talking, they've been campaigning. Campaigns end tonight. Everything about political jingles ends tonight because it's part of the INEC guidelines, which I read earlier on. 2 days before the conduct of the election, every political activities ends. And we saw what happened in the different local government and different constituencies, the ward campaign and all of that. We've gotten the opening remark of Anwaifo Omorogbe. Let's get the opening remark of Bishop Dr. Bright Olumese. Yes, what are your expectations?
Okay, thank you once again, Mr. Rusa. Expectations are high.
Okay.
INEC, as one of government agencies, we've always looked up to perform. Though they've not really lived up to expectation in subsequent or previous elections.
Okay.
We're expecting that this election will be something like to give Nigeria hope that in 2027 there will be a lot of improvement, because we will want to see that there's still glitches.
Okay.
Yes, we want to see that all the card readers, the Vivas machines are all working.
Okay.
Expectations are high.
Yes.
We want to see that electoral materials arrive various polling units on due time. I want to see that the vote of the people reflect the will of the people. So a lot of expectations from INEC point of view is high. As stakeholders right here in Ovia, we are expecting to see that INEC give a playing level to all political parties. Yeah. INEC is seen as unbiased empire. INEC is seen as, we don't want to now reason INEC as one arm of political party. So we are so key. We want to see that all electoral materials are, are available. The Form E8 is available. The result sheet is available. So we don't want a situation whereby there are glitches. We don't want it. So INEC does not have, because now nationwide INEC is conducting election in 16 senatorial areas and 12 states. And in those states, we only just have 2 locations where these elections are going on. The voters are less than 1 million. Like this Ovia here, we have 290 something. In Eta Central, we have less than 450. So INEC have no excuse not to perform. So we want to see that INEC give up something that will lift up the hope of everybody to say, okay, no, INEC cannot be trusted. Yes, this is a election created by necessity, the emergence of the governor and his deputy, which is a good thing. But we also feel that we have been subchanged. All this while they are not there, most of our development here are stalled. We need development. So many things are not going on. Like the guy who used to be there, we saw a lot of things he did. Okay. And yes, we saw we can lay hold. So we feel his representation. Now, we want to see that we have a representative that we can call upon. Very justly now. We have nobody to call from this constituency who speak for us at the federal level. Yes. So we thank God that at the end of the day, after agitation, INEC can finally fix the date. The date is already here, which is this Saturday. We are optimistic. Our hope are high. We have all prepared our voters card. We are all going to go out to our polling booth. We want to meet materials. We want to meet INEC staffs. We don't want to see that there are no issues. No, those VIVBAs should be worked, recharged. So it's not we will not come like what we had to face. We're not going to be looking for a better pass my neighbor generator to bring. Most of these
on the day of election.
On the day, yes, that's what we explained the last time, because the VIVA machine run down. So please, INEC, we know you are doing a lot, but please, these are areas of concern. The VIVA's machine should be thoroughly and well charged. And in case of any failure, there should be a palliative. There should be something on ground. Yes, the supervisor, the returning supervisor should have something to, that we can report to. And all of that. And we also want to use this opportunity to call on all the party agents. They must follow the guideline.
Yeah.
It's very important. They must, one of the advice I have for politicians, don't throw this country into chaos. This is the only country we have. We are evolving. Yes, we have all these complaints to make about INEC. But this is a developing country. Now, it will get better. So let's not allow today and destroy everything. No. Let's play according to the rules of engagement. And you see that we have a wonderful day. We just don't want to see violence. Please vote, don't fight. It's important. Vote, don't fight. As a religious leader, we emphasize on this. Vote, don't fight. It's your right to vote, but it's not your right to create violence. Violence will be resisted by law enforcement agencies. I will call law enforcement agency not to be biased. Please make sure because you are branding us to the world. It's very important. Whatsoever you are doing, note that this is we're in a global world. You can see the Emerson case. It's already
the comfort Emerson.
Yes, you could see
the bomb hair saga.
Yes, you can see the global cry. Federal government quickly, release her. It was a fundamental human right was impinged upon, and all of that.
She was violated.
And there was clear cases of resemblance and different treatments. We have issues of people who created issues at the airport going about freely.
Why?
Even though I don't want to mention them, we all know them. Their names are there. We now have one young Nigeria kept in Kirikiri correctional station. It was really heartbreaking and all of that. But I was relieved when, you can make mistakes, but the ability to readdress it makes you mature. Yeah. So I commend the aviation minister and the people in the aviation ministry.
He's a son.
Yes.
Senior advocate of Nigeria.
He did that. He did the right thing and all of that. So is that young lady's right to seek redress? Do you get that right? If there was any impingement of her fundamental human right. This is what we say. All of our men on uniform, paramilitaries or wherever that will be involved in this by-election, please conduct yourself in a manner, because very just now, whatever you are doing in that Ogbogui world, it is the global world is watching. The social media had enabled or created the opportunity. You can't hide information. You can no longer hide what you are doing in your secret or your bedroom. They are watching it somewhere in Europe. So it's a wake-up call. Let us wake up and do the right thing. Nigeria is a great country.
Thank you very much, Bishop Dr. Bright Olumese. Anwanfo has a lot to say, but let me quickly just mention it, because the issue of comfort, Emerson, is not really our focus. But the fact that he brought it in is very important to this discussion. And I hope that Nigerians are watching, because a lot need to be learned from the Comfort Emerson case. One, there is what we call citizenship journalism. Now, what is citizenship journalism? That is the advent of social media, which gives untrained journalists, that is the locals, the normal people who are not journalists, who are not trained, the opportunity to perform the function of a journalist. How? Through smartphones. These are the persons we also refer to as eyewitnesses. Eyewitness account. They are called citizen journalists. So during this election, they are all everywhere. You may not see a particular mainstream media, ITV, EBS, NTA, this and that. You may not see them. But there are other journalists there. These are the citizen journalists. And that's what he has just said. And whatever you do, if you misbehave, somebody is recording you and is streaming to the global world. Don't forget that Nigerians in the diaspora are keenly interested in the Edo by-election this Saturday. And so they'll be glued to their TV sets, to their handsets, on the go, because it's real-time dissemination of information. They are watching as things are unfolding. So you must conduct yourself orderly. Security agencies must do the right thing. Anwanfo, I know you have a lot to say before the break.
In addition to what he has said,
it's
very, very sacrosanct, very important that everyone is supposed to conduct himself, and especially when it is not a very general election. All eyes definitely will be on Ovia and Edo Central in this Saturday, and we expect that political parties will play the game according to the rules. And you have actually emphasized just now that it's now becoming a global world. Whatever you do in your bedroom, before you know it, is out there. But another issue is that the preparedness of some of these political parties, it's very common. It's very common among us. When you are losing, you tend to say you are being surcharged or you are being rigged out and all those things. So we should still keep that out of our mind, because in the first place, election is a contest. One must win. So it must not always be your own way most times. So one thing I don't actually like about Nigerians is that if your candidate do not win, the election was not free and fair, you know. So we should always try as much as possible to always accept elections, the results, the way they have come, especially when it's obvious that no foul play, things were done properly and all that. Everybody, like I always say, cannot win. Everybody cannot win. So whereby you are not declared the winner, you see different talks here and there and all that. So I want to also still let our people know that it depends on your hard work. What you have put into an election is what you get at the end of the day. You see some other political parties, although they partake in this election on Saturday, you can't even see any of their candidates. You can't even see any of their jingles, you know. So and such people can expect to say they want to win. How will you win when you no campaign, nothing and all that? So we have also seen a particular political party all around of here, the nook and crannies. You have seen how political bigwigs, how they come to this particular political party. So these are political strengths, and it's going to impact and make kind of the result to be in a different form. So you cannot partake in an election in your own comfort zone by not campaigning. I heard one of the political parties, their candidate came from Europe and all that. He has no, a lot of people don't even know him and all that, but he wants to win, or he wants to be declared winner. So I actually, in respect of the fact that he has said just now that this country, actually, we don't have any other country. It's the only country. We should not destroy anything. But even at that, we should try as much as possible to always reward hard work, because it is what you put in an election that you get. You cannot expect somebody who would not campaign, who will not go from street to street. I know what I did this morning before coming to the studio and all that, how I've been able to reach out to some other people who are not even aware that on Saturday there was going to be an election. Two of my neighbors, they saw my DP, my status yesterday. They not called. Is there any election? I said yes. There's election on Saturday. I said, how come? They don't even know. So this Saturday, actually, there's going to be voters apathy too, because it is not actually well known by a lot of people that there will be election, you know.
Okay. Thank you very much. I had a conversation with INEC officials, and I told them that, by-elections, just we're looking at Ovia, federal constituency, we're looking at Edo Central, senatorial, and they informed me, or they reminded me, that 7 local government areas will be involved in the election on Saturday. And that is just almost equivalent to a state, Bayelsa State. So, Edo State is very large. Just these local government areas now, where there will be by-election, you are talking about a state like Bayelsa State. So, it's going to be an enormous task, and I hope that INEC is well prepared. The REC, Edo State, has already briefed the media of their preparedness to conduct a free, fair, and credible election on Saturday. But my guest will be dissecting this issue of defections. Will defections have any role to play in this election on Saturday? Is a pendulum. Which side will the pendulum tip-toe in terms of defections? I'll start with Bishop Dr. Bright Olumesi. Do you think the way we'll be seeing some personalities defecting from one political party to another, do you think defections will have any telling effect on the by-election this Saturday?
Thank you.
Okay.
Very much. Over 90% of the vote will be decided by the weight of defection. Reason because INEC had also failed one of their responsibility. One of INEC constitutional responsibility is not to conduct election. It's also to do what we call sensitization.
Okay. To sensitize the people, the society.
Yes. The people are not aware that there's going to be election this Saturday. I'll discuss it with people. I'm a concerned person.
Yeah.
I have interest in all of this. You know, you say people are not aware that elections are going to be held this Saturday in Ovia, in Esa Central. People are not aware. They're asking questions how. Now that is why the election cannot be affected by the defectors. How? Those defectors want to show their importance in their various where they've pitched tent with,
yes.
and they will mobilize people. Buses are already being paid for. Go to Uniben Shuttle Park. You will see most of all those buses are booked. I'm telling you.
For Saturday?
Yes, these are facts. Yes, to mobilize, bring people out. And you know election is a game of number. After the roundup, after the 3 o'clock, when the election is finished, when they counted, whoever got the majority had won.
Exactly.
Yes, that is fact. So the thing is now, those people defecting will play a key role. If they were sensitized prior to the election, people are going to come out. You see that you now have people who are coming at free will. You can't be in the bus of a politician and brought to a police booth and still have free will. You know, it means that will has now been either monetized or freely given out. Do you get that right?
Yes.
Yeah. So now these are the cases. That's why the defection will affect. We swing the election to a particular candidate. Those candidates, we saw some candidates had been able to reach out to perceived political opponents, let's partner, because that is what the music on ground now.
Yes.
The federal government is partnering with other political parties. You see the federal government giving people appointment. There is another political party appointment.
A case in point, Wike, PDP,
Bianca Ojukwu,
okay.
Abga. There are so many. Peter Obi came the other day to say that they also they asked him to come and work with them. So that is politics for you. Politics is ability to galvanize people, to organize people and talk to people. And you can't blame them for that. Even when I have issues with this defecting thing.
Yes.
But the question is, if it will, affect the outcome, it will. And it's affecting it because there is no much sensitization. People are not going to, there's like what our brother here said, there's going to be voter empathy. They may be. Do you get that right? The strength of people that is going to come out is the strength of people, politicians were able to mobilize.
Yes.
It's different from those days where INEC goes from one place to another to sensitize people in marketplaces, in church, in religious homes, in mosque, and all that. Nothing like that these days. Not only for this by-election. In subsequent election, it seems like the sensitization department of INEC is not doing a lot. Do you get that right? And people who are shadowed, I know they have a director for sensitization. Yes, he is so busy with politicking and leave his core duty, which is very important. And over the years, Discover will be having voter apathy. You can imagine a country of 200 million people. The person who is governing us with just a little bit above 8 million. Because the sensitization is not there. People had lost confidence. When INEC come out to sensitize people, one of the things they will say to people is confidence. Like, oh, we are ready to do the right thing. We're ready to do this. So people can come out. Right now, this is the reason why there are problems after the elections. How? You allow political party to go sensitize the people. What do you want to tell the people? They're already inciting the people before the day of the election. They're already selling ideas like, if we don't win, the thing was mad with fraud. Do you get that right? So now, INEC must wake up to its responsibility to sensitize Nigerians before election, to tell Nigerians what to do, so as to ensure there will not be invalid vote and all of that. You just leave that to political parties. No, you can't trust them with all of the good informations. What set up INEC has good intention. If you look at the laws that set up INEC are well crafted. But sometimes, somehow, politicians carry them, interpret it with the way it will suit them and fit to their, to their needs and demand. So now the people are agitated when this thing didn't go that way. But if you look at, that's why you see most of these cases can't survive in court. And you see that people are agitating. People are angry. Because they are angry because this is the information they were told. Do you get that right? So now, what I'm saying now in essence is that, number one, this defecting thing is going to happen. But this other thing I'm concerned about.
Yes.
All politics are local. Do you get that right?
Okay.
Some of all these persons, they have reached out to market union, church union, trade union, parks, all of these little group, and all that. And that if they can pull them out, you will be very surprised. The level of awareness is higher now. You will be thinking there will be voters' empathy. They may not be. They may not be. Yes. I've prayed for fair weather, and we're trusting God for fair weather. And there will be good weather for everybody to come out to exercise their fair interest. Now, you that is listening to me now, you are in Novia, you are in Eastern Central, your roads are not good. If you don't vote, you will really have the moral right or justification to hold your person accountable. Yeah. And I'll go and vote. Your representative? Yes, I'll go and vote. Now, I can write to my representative on WhatsApp or Facebook or wherever any means to demand that, look, my roads are bad, and send the pictures. Yes, because I participated. And all that. So I'm calling on all well-meaning Nigerians in this local government to go out and vote for their preferred candidate. Somebody they know that can do the job, whether it has been trusted or there is a social contract between the candidate and the people. Don't sell your vote. It's very important. Yes. You can't eat your cake and have it. Esau ate porridge and lost his birthright. When you collect 5,000 and pull it boots and you are demanding your road to come and be fish, are you a devil? You cannot eat your cake and have it. You have collected, man has paid for it. Yes. And all of that. So time must revolve. That's why I love this ITV program. There's an ITV program, Man Around Town. Yes. There's a man that will always say that Nigeria has not suffered. Do you get that right? If I have seen that man, I will give him a gift. Time is going to come. Nigerians will look at politicians and say, to hell with your 5,000. To hell with your 20,000. And all of that. Until we get to that stage, Nigeria will not be developed. Thank you very much. We'll come back to you. I want for now, the election will surely take place on Saturday. What type of conduct of election are you envisaging? Are you anticipating? You earlier mentioned that there could be voter apathy, but Dr. Bright said we might be shocked that some political parties have really done their homework and they will mobilize people on that. They will be surprised, we'll see crowd. But how are you envisaging this election? How do you think it will be?
My thoughts about the election would be that it's going to be a hinge-free election. Okay. And for me, I already know that some political parties, because this is not a platform at which we would now
to campaign, yes.
To campaign. Some didn't do nothing at all. Okay. And this issue Bishop raised just now, that some people, INEC were supposed to sensitize and all that and all that. There's an extent at which INEC will do sensitization, advert on TV and all that. It is you, as an entity, I mean the political party, that are saddled with the responsibility of showcasing their candidates.
In terms of campaigns.
In terms of campaign. The best way to sensitize people as regards Nigerian election is during rallies, during campaigns, you know. And he made mention of the fact that maybe on Saturday, a particular set of people will start to mobilize people from main gate buses and all that, you know. It's very, very unfortunate that at this jet age, we still think that people you mobilize to voting center will make any impact, because there are technologies there. There are the beavers is there, the voters register. Even if I have the capacity to carry people to Ogbogwe now, 1,000 persons to Ogbogwe, where will I get 1,000 naira, 1,000 voters card to give them to be able to vote? So that era of packing people to polling booth, I think INEC has done well about that. It's not
but let me interject. I think what Dr. Austin is saying, Dr. Bright is saying, if a political party or a candidate has been able to mobilize certain persons with their PVC and eventually makes transportation available for them, they will vote for that candidate. I think that's what he's saying.
But however, on the issue of this defection you mentioned earlier, he has affirmed it. Definitely is going to affect the election positively to a particular candidate or a particular political party. You can see all over the country now a lot of people, if I want to be blunt, moving to the ruling party, or because they want shelter, they want relevance and all that. So to me, defection to some extent will not strengthen our democracy, because it's going to be like an issue of a one state, a one party thing and all that. But it is because people are looking at that at this point, it is only this particular ruling party that is where the light is and all that. It is always even good to be on the oppositions, because if you don't have a vibrant opposition, then there will not be a very robust democracy. So I am of the opinion that this defection definitely will affect positively to as regards a particular political party. We have seen big wigs even in Ovia here, even in Oluku here. People who determine the result of Oluku, they've all defected to the APC. So it's going to be a free day on Saturday. And we are very, very sure that...
Okay, we don't want any of you to talk about any particular political party. My guests have dissected what should be expected in terms of this Saturday Edo by-election. It's very crucial because we are going to be having a representative in Ovia Federal Constituency. We are going to be having a senator in Edo Central Senatorial District. And there are candidates, not just one, in other political parties. Apart from the major political parties that you know about, there are other candidates in other political parties who may not have the publicity that we are seeing, but they know how to meet with the locals. They know how to go and, harvest cassava with the old woman there, sit with the woman that is frying gari, and they will now use their phone to record it and say they are joining them to fry gari, that they are part of the locals. Politicians do a lot of things, Dr. Bright. Yeah, you were just going to talk about what you think will happen this Saturday.
Okay, yes. A lot, we expect a lot, we anticipate a lot. But among or one there to be peace. We'll keep emphasizing that. Yes. But coming into politicians will be surprised.
Yes.
Mega rally jingles don't win elections.
Okay.
There are so many persons that will take your money. They don't have PVC. This is my understanding. Number one, I used to be a coordinator in NEVO, Nigeria Election Vigilante Organization.
Okay.
We monitor elections. We're on ground. We monitor registration.
Okay.
This is what happens most time in registration. You see politicians, political leaders, world leaders, they bring people in mass with buses to register them. They do those, they will queue.
That is a pre-election process.
I'm talking about registration.
Yes.
They buy food for them, they buy they encourage people to register, they pull them. These were supposed to be the work of an INEC. Because who paid the piper determines what will not happen. So now, they still don't end it. They help them process the collection of their
PVCs.
He made a statement now. There are big wins in this Oluku that determines result. Yes, how do they do it? Because they know where the voters are. They know where the people why. They know this polling unit, they know how many people are there. People have reached out to us.
Yes.
Bishop, Michael Navoto, sorry for using this local language.
Yes, what's the meaning of that? What's the meaning of that?
Say, we know where you vote to.
Okay.
You know, it's our vote to.
Yes.
They know, see, all these people, they know these people. Do you get that right?
Yes.
So that's what I was telling him. So when somebody now, they will not be voter help party. Do you get that right? The politicians have reached out to their people. This local politics.
Yes.
I know my people know me.
Yes.
Let me tell you, and Soshomole was shocked as a governor. When they all be beat into the senatorial positions in his state. Are you not here? Did you forget in a hurry? When Soshomole was a governor, the election senator, Oruide won as a PDP.
Yes.
Omosede won as a PDP. Do you get that right? And all of that. He was surprised. That reminds you that all politics are what? Are local. Do you get that right? So now, the point I'm making is that let not all these mega rally deceive us. Do you get that right? So it's to balance this discussion. Because so that shockers will not be too much. So don't go and see that you have anticipated that there was a mega rally and you now discover that somebody else had won with just 50-something votes because other people couldn't come. The time people would have come to go and vote, they have you to do rally. And all of that. You know there's economic problem. People are going to go look for ends meet. And all of that. So what I'm saying in essence is that very election is very funny in this part of the world.
Yes.
It brings in, we must expect the winning as a political party, expect also the losing. That's how to be mature and be a Democrat and all of that. So, but we want to say that the candidates now will now speak for themselves. The word of the candidates. Most of the candidates have reached a church group. I've told you, I can tell you.
But John mentioned something that I need to quickly interject.
Yeah.
We've seen in the course of campaign, some political chieftain or party chieftain campaigning for the candidates. We've seen that. Should that be encouraged?
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It's a the candidate is just a candidate. It is the political party that owns the
project.
seat.
The project.
Yes.
Okay.
Court had the Supreme Court has over again said that the political party is like this state is not for Mondo Kpevel, it's for APC. That's why the court said if you are decamping, leave the office for the party. Don't go with the party. Don't go with their office. They want it. So naturally, it is the political party that should campaign.
That's how it's supposed to
rigorously.
Okay.
The candidate should also have his own structure. Do you get there? A case of sabotage. Go around with your structure and all of that. That's what we're seeing. Our politician knows that a lot. The party big wins are campaigning. The candidates are campaigning. So let's not say that some people are not working. We may not be too correct. Do you get that right? Everybody have his own strategy.
Thank you very much.
Everybody that came to this race, they came to win.
Thank you very much.
I've spoken with some of the some of the candidates. They have their strategy, and I've also encouraged them. I've prayed for them. I've also said, please, in case you didn't win, don't preach violence. This is the only country. If you don't win to the next 4 years, you win.
Thank you.
That's it.
Thank you. Let's get the closing remarks of Anwan from Morogbe.
On the issue of preparedness and awareness, I still want to fault INEC a little bit, because a situation whereby voters registration is not continuous in this country is a big problem.
Yeah, it's a big problem.
Yeah. I have a daughter who turned 18 in February.
But they've announced dates for...
But it's supposed to be continuous. It's supposed to be continuous. You know, so we want to try as much as possible to sensitize them to. It should be a continuous thing, because I have, like I said just now, she clocked 18 in February. One will expect
should have been
able to vote.
Okay, to vote on Saturday.
In the Western world,
that would have been one additional vote for the party you have sympathy with. So I can understand.
So ideally, the voters registration should be continuous, because I don't know what they really do in INEC, because election is done once every 4 years, and all this off-season election and all that. The issue of voters registration, I beg INEC chairman, it should be continuous. Yeah. It can even be, INEC office can be in all these local governments. Yeah. An office there. So when you clock 18 with your birth certificate, you have a, so at the end of the day, when you are 18, you are already aware that you have a voting right. Some people don't know.
Okay. Thank you very much. Your closing remarks,
okay.
Dr. Bright Olumese.
Yes, I want to say that there will be peace.
Okay.
I want to encourage every eligible voters go out in participating peace.
Okay.
Don't create any problem for anybody. Don't be problem to anybody. If you don't have PVC, please stay away from pulling votes. These parties should also desist from importing people.
Okay.
That you are a party, political chairman of a political party.
Yes.
And you are not from the zone that is conducting election. You are not needed there.
Okay.
The governor is not needed there. People needed there are party agents, party supervisor. Train your people. Let them stay there, sign for whatsoever result and come report back to you. Let's not, the Edo is a very peaceful place, and we must brand it as such. We must not come and create any scene that will paint us in a bad light. We don't want to see one Agbero beating people like we saw the other day in Lagos. Yeah. It must not happen here. Mm-hmm. We must condemn that.
Yes.
So we want to say that we should be a role model, an ambassador of good electoral atmosphere, and all of that. It's very important. We should allow that allow the process go freely. It's not like you know that you don't stand a chance. You now come, you are creating problem in the polling booth, and all of that. You are inciting. No, the police should be allowed to do their job. The police should not harass any voters. Police with guns should not be seen very close to the ballot box and all of that, but they should stay 30 meters away. And we want to hear from the police authority if the whole state will be on steel.
They are signing a peace accord today. All the political parties are signing a peace accord. The police announced that yesterday, and that is geared towards ensuring a peaceful conduct of the by-election.
What is the restriction method? Is it going to be by local government? We want to hear all of this information on time so people can plan their day. People can plan whatever they do. We don't want a situation whereby people have no business there. They go and crowd a collation center.
Yes.
It's very terrible. INEC should have come and tell us that, oh, they will, send results from the polling booth or not. We want to hear more. We agitate, we ask questions. So, but we anticipate that it's going to be peaceful.
Thank you very
Everybody
much.
Should be
okay.
That,
I want to thank, I must commend my guest, Anwanfo Omorogbe. Thank you very much for your time and for your contribution. I also want to thank Bishop Bright Olumese. Thank you very much for your contribution. I want to also thank our viewer out there for your time. Spending your 60 minutes with us is very valuable to us. But let me quickly give you this information to wrap it up on the show. The collation of results for Ovia Federal Constituency will take place at Igwabazua. So that information is very important. While the collation of results for the senatorial election, those senatorial election will take place at Ubiaja. So we need to have this information. That's the show. My name is Ego Sagbalao. Do have a wonderful by-election, wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.